When I started graduate school at the University of Pennsylvania, I had a class on feminism and Christianity. It was taught by a wonderful female professor. There were about 18 or 19 other women in the class. There were only women in the class. This was in the 80s. And it was a heartbreaking class for me in some ways. I learned an awful lot. But all of the women didn't like Christianity. They would maybe identify themselves as post-Christian, and they especially did not like Paul. And I wondered what it was about the way they had experienced Christianity and how they read Paul that just turned them off so drastically. And I thought, if there's anything that I could do that would be useful for the kingdom, it would be to present Paul in a way that might be have the warmth that I saw in the text.
Well, Lynn, it's lovely to welcome you to Melbourne and to Ridley College. It's been great having you here.
Thank you.
To film these courses. You're not from around these parts, we can tell by your accent.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Well, originally I'm from Pennsylvania. That's where I was born in the United States. I currently live in Chicago, and I teach at Wheaton College outside of Chicago. A couple of years ago, I published a book, Women in the World of the Earliest Christians. And my hope was to look at both Jewish women and Gentile women in the Greco-Roman world and how they lived, how they understood themselves as daughters and wives, what jobs they did, how they saw themselves religiously, because these are the women who will first hear the gospel.
People often say, well, when you come to books like Ephesians, the first half is theology, the second half is application. Is that how you kind of see the book's structured and how it works, or do you see a more integrated type of approach?
I tend to see a more integrated approach, and one of the ways I think today people try and bring those ideas together is thinking about the whole of the gospel message as union with, or reconciliation with God, union with Christ, reconciliation with God, participation with the Lord Jesus and His church, as we are not, just all individuals, but we are being made into one body. I think probably from before Paul could have had a memory, he thought, I would love to live a holy life. That was my desire, to live a holy life. And so when he tells us about who Jesus is, he's telling us about the way that now allows him to live that holy life that he had always desired. I don't think he or the people around him and listening to him would have ever thought, I just want to get to heaven, and I'll think about doing something good, or tell me what the bare minimum is of being good, Paul, and then I'll just do that because I'm just really interested in Christianity because it'll get me to heaven. That's so foreign to how they would have understood things.